Hey, what up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're gonna have a real important discussion about money. And we're gonna talk about real estate. And particularly, how much are you really going to pay for that house? This is something that I rarely see discussed by real estate agents. And full disclosure, I am a licensed real estate agent in the Chicago, Illinois area and have been licensed for 14 years. And in all the time I've been in this business, I've rarely seen an agent pull a client to the side and talk to them about what you really pay for a house. So this is not an endorsement for me to tell you to go out and run and buy a house. But if you're looking to buy a house in the Chicago area or any other type of real estate, whether it be single family, condo, multifamily, I can help you with that. But this is not an endorsement to tell you to run out and buy a home. And this isn't an endorsement telling you to go out and rent. I just want you to know what you're getting into. So let's roll with it. All right, so you've been approved. You finally got your approval letter. You're approved for $400,000 with your lender. They telling you you're good to go. So you go out and you start shopping and boom, you found the perfect house. I mean, it has everything that you want. The bedroom count, the amenities, it's in the neighborhood you want to be in. You good to go, right? This is your house. This house is going to cost you $368,000. Okay, so you are going to put 5% down of this $368,000. This is going to leave you with a loan balance of $350,000 at a 6.5% interest rate. Now, how much is this really going to cost you? Glad you asked. Let's take a look at it. So your loan is going to break down to payments of $2,212. That is principal and interest only for 30 years at 6.5% interest. Now, we're going to round this up to a loan payment of $2,500. This is going to include your taxes and your insurance as well. But back to the graphic. So you have, over the course of 30 years, if you stayed there 30 years, you would pay in principal and interest almost $800,000. And of that, you pay $446,000 of interest. That's just the interest, guys. Remember, that is just the interest. So let's go and see how much it's really going to cost you to stay there 10 years, because you're not really looking to be there more than 10 years. So when you start off, remember, your principal and interest is $2,212, but the total loan amount, the total mortgage amount each month is going to be like $2,500. This is going to include your taxes and insurance. That first month of that $2,212, almost $1,900 is going to go to interest, and only $316 is going to go to the principal. And you can see as that comes off of your loan balance of $350,000, it takes $316 off, and now you owe $349,683 and some change. And I know that's not really something you want to hear. That's like, that sucks, right? Out of $2,200, only $300 is going towards your principal, and the rest is going to interest. Guys, this is how amortization works, okay? But let's look at year 10 when you're getting ready to leave out of that property, okay? By the time you get to the 10th year, 2033, April, we are looking at a loan balance of $296,000. So you've paid over $50,000 of this loan in 10 years. Your amount going to your principal has also gone up each month. Remember, it was only $316 the first month. Now at the end of year 10, you're at $605 is going to your principal, and $1,607 is going to the interest. So it's still not balanced in any way, shape, or form, but it is a lot better than what it was before. Now you are ready to sell that home. Okay, you have a loan balance of $296,000. Your home has gone up in value about 15%, and I think that's reasonable. That's like 1.5% per year of property appreciation. Your home is now worth $423,000. This is the home that you paid $368,000 for. Okay, so that means that you have now in effect equity of $127,000. Does that mean you're going to make $127,000 on your sale? That's hard to say because you do have closing costs, broker fees, you may have attorney's fees, title charges. You got various fees that are involved, but the bottom line is you are going to come out with a gain. Now, how much money did you spend in that 10 years? Remember, you spent $18,000 for a down payment. You spent $2,500 a month in mortgage for 10 years. So $25,000 a month for 10 years is $300,000. That's a pretty hefty penny. But remember, you had a great place to stay for those 10 years, and you would have paid $2,500 a month for a place like that. Now, you have $318,000 invested over the last 10 years of your living expenses, and now you have a home that has over $100,000 of equity. So you're likely to get a substantial portion of that money back that you can use as a down payment towards your next property or whatever you want to do. So that's scenario one. That's how much it would cost you to own that home for 10 years. On the flip side, if you found a similar home for rent and it was renting for $2,500 and you rented it for 10 years, you would also pay $300,000, and you would likely see rental increases over the life of that 10 years that probably equal to your average rent being about 10% higher. So I'm going to add $30,000 there, which gives you a total rent invested of $330,000. Now, when I gave you the illustration with the home loan, you're likely to make, let's just say, $100,000 of equity return after your closing costs when you sell that home. But with this $330,000 that you're putting into the rental, you're not going to see any of that back. Not one dime. Now, of course, I did not take into account things like repairs. Homes need repairs over the years. I didn't take into account interest rates lowering or rising. You may have refinanced for a lower rate at some point during that time. There's things that could have happened that did not factor into this exercise. Guys, I wanted to keep it simple, and I wanted you to just know here's what you're actually paying for that home. And when you do go to the closing table, remember, there is a form called the Truth in Lending Act, also known as the TILA or Regulation Z. This form tells you what you're actually going to pay for the home. It's just that a lot of people don't bother to look at it. But when you're signing your closing documents, you're actually going to sign that form that tells you this is what you're actually going to pay if you stay in this home for 30 years. So I just want to illustrate that for you. I'm not telling you that you should rent. I'm not telling you you should buy, but I want you to be informed. Hope you found some value in this video, guys. So until I get back with my next one, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And I'm 100% gone.